Cool. Now, firstly, I think I hope everyone's had a great day. I was here early morning, and we kicked this off with a keynote, and we had Ajay Dang from Ultratech also sharing a lot of thoughts on how, in his worldview of marketing and advertising, things are changing. So I think it's been a very exciting day for people here, and thank you for taking the time out, and especially coming in from Pune. I think Mercedes is based there, as we were talking a little while back. So let's just start a bit with, it's the premium segment. It's an aspirational brand. It's a brand that's been for many, many years, decades, even in the country. And last year, I believe the sales have been astounding, right? And growth is great. Premiumization, premium segments are really taking off. Talk to us a little bit about how Mercedes really capitalizing on the India opportunity, especially with 22nd September coming around the corner with the whole GST break that's coming over. So let's talk a bit about that, and then I think just for the audience, this is going to be a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
We are having fun on stage, so yeah, let's start with this. And
absolutely, Dhruv, thanks a lot for the introduction. Very warm introduction, and thanks to all of you. I think it's quite bright, but I hope all of you, I'm sure, can see us very clearly and hear us very clearly. For us at Mercedes-Benz, we say we define the luxury landscape of India, and that's true in several ways. As Dhruv was saying, last year was record breaking for us. We got 20,000 Mercedes-Benz cars out on road last year, and this year looks equally good. The best part is that it's an ecosystem together, and with this whole GST benefit that's coming in, GST 2.0 that's coming in, that's additional boost for the industry. I think August was a little slow, but we're all waiting for 22nd of September, I think gearing up for it. The benefit that it does for us is twofold. One, from a consumer standpoint, it gives consumers a direct benefit when they buy a Mercedes-Benz car or any other luxury car for that matter. The duties have gone down from a 28 plus 20% on an average 48% GST plus cess to a flat 40%, wow, which would roughly translate to anywhere a reduction between 5 to 7% in car prices. So if you go out and buy a 50 lakh rupee car, you would, after 22nd of September, save roughly 3 lakhs on it. And if you go upwards of 4 crore, 5 crore, that segment, then you would save a hefty 25-30 lakh rupees on a purchase. So we're all waiting for that, gearing for that. But in general, it has been absolutely fantastic for us this year. In terms of sales, although it's not easy to maneuver. Okay? Yeah. And there I will say, because on one side, the macroeconomics from GST are helping us, but on the other side, there is also another macroeconomic which comes in, which is the whole turbulent geopolitical situation. And what that does is, let's say for a brand like Mercedes-Benz, is a direct impact is FX rate. Yes. Okay. So a lot of people came to us and were complaining that why is Mercedes increasing prices? And we increased our prices as well a couple of times this year, both times in tune of 1.5% each time, so roughly 2.5-3%. But you have to also understand that the macroeconomics right now don't favor the FX. Euros right now at 101, 102, which has jumped almost 10% in this year alone. And what we are doing is we're trying to absorb most of it, but pass on a little bit back to the consumer. So, but the FX change also has its impact on stock market, on buyer sentiment, on people conserving working capital and things like that. So it's great with GST right now, and we're really looking forward to it. But on the other side, we have to maneuver all the challenges as well with all macroeconomics that are going on.
No, I think, thank you for sharing that. And of course, it's the right time with the festive right around the corner, Shraddha ending, Navratra starting. So wish you the very best with that part. But just picking up on geopolitics, picking up on also what I think, there's a lot happening, but let's say staying focused on the India-EU partnership linked to trade and policy. How is that helping with what you're doing today in terms of manufacturing, in terms of how you're scaling the technology efforts, especially around what's happening with in-car experiences, etc. Is that going to become...
So I'll do a myth bust right at the beginning. if there's an FTA, India, EU FTA, and people
Yeah.
start thinking that car prices will come down or German car prices will come down substantially, it's not going to
That's
happen.
not happening. No
That's-
good news around there?
That's
No,
not
okay.
going to happen.
That's sad.
Maybe there'll be a little bit of benefit that will pass on, but nothing major. I think if we have to look at an FTA, we have to look at it more strategically. And we
If
have
I'm
to
not
look at-
wrong, some of these cars cost one half or maybe two-third in some of the other countries, same like to like?
if you depends on where you are buying it.
Yeah.
For example, if you buy a Mercedes C-Class
Right.
in India, it would be 65 odd lakh rupees in India.
Sure.
And if you go to anywhere in Europe and you buy the same car, it would be 60,000 euros. Yeah, so more or less
More or
similar
less.
price.
Sure.
Not different. The challenge is the income parity is huge.
Of course.
Is huge,
Of
and
course.
that makes the consumption a lot lower in
Sure.
our country.
Totally
But coming back to that FTA
Yeah.
that we're talking about, so FTAs are very strategic, long term, and that would help the industry long term. So if there's a India-Europe FTA, and it helps in two ways. If it helps ancillaries to grow, yeah, everybody who makes component. Example, again, another one that I can share with you is we already localize a lot of say things that go inside the car in India. Example is E-Class is our highest selling car, and all the glass that is on the E-Class, whether it's the windshield or the mirrors or the any other windows glasses, all of them are made in India, and we already do it in India.
Wow.
The more that happens, then that's the real benefit. From wheels to engine parts to everything, if we can manufacture in India, then that would be the real benefit, and that could bring really the price down and then give real benefits to the consumers.
That change is already happening.
But otherwise, in short term,
But that change is on its way. Like there are more and more parts that you guys are now manufacturing in.
we are, but it's also a question of scale.
Of course.
Right now, we sell 20,000.
Chicken and
if
egg.
You have if you have to really manufacture in India, I think minimum viable would be upwards of 80,000 to 100,000 cars that you have to make.
No, thank you for sharing. Okay, let's switch gears. I think business is looking good. Clearly, you're investing in the country in terms of manufacturing, and the scale will follow. Let's switch gears. We are in an exchange for media marketeers forum. How has the consumer behavior when you're looking at now? You've been there for a decade plus, roughly. How has that changed in the way you're viewing it, and how is your advertising actually evolved to the changing consumption habits, right?
So as far as consumer behavior is concerned, see, the whole industry, including auto, has become very experience driven. So for us also in luxury, whether we even if we sell a product, it's still very experience driven. Example I can give you is 5 years back, if I had to sell a car, I would say buy a car and I would take you on a paddock pass of a Formula 1 race in say Yas Marina.
Sure.
Yeah? That would be my pitch to the consumer.
Sure.
Today the pitch is different. Today the consumer is experience first, and he wants to experience first, and the product is secondary.
Yeah.
So a consumer comes to me and says, I will buy your car. Yeah? Can you please also try to take me to Yas Marina? I'm ready to pay for it. So that's the major shift, which is experience driven, where people prioritize experiences. And for us in luxury and in auto, it is very, very important that we honor that experience of the consumers. Again, another example I'll give you in that regard is BIC, Buddha International Circuit, the Formula 1 circuit of India. Of course, our performance segment, we also sell Mercedes AMG in India, which is our performance cars. And these cars are best experienced on the racetrack.
Right.
Yeah? And again, similar sort of a thing. 4 years back, if I had to go to a customer and tell him, please buy a AMG, he would say, okay, take me to the track. I would like to drive the car on track. And then, possibly buy yours or buy a Porsche or buy something else. Sure. Today, it's the other way around. We now do a lot of track experiences. Almost every month, we are at one track in India or the other. And example, I was in BIC last month, and we did a track experience there. And this time we said we need to monetize the experience. So every track slot, was ₹1,00,000.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, we had 84 slots all sold out in 45 minutes.
Wow.
You have to just put it
That's
out and people are
insane.
ready to pay ₹1,00,000 and come to the track and buy the car, experience it for themselves and then buy the car as well.
Wow.
So that's the
They
thing.
didn't ask
That's
for a
the
piece of the
consumer
car
sentiment.
while they paid 1 lakh. No, nothing of that sort. Okay. No, before you said 1 lakh, I almost said, hey, I'm there. I live in Delhi. When can I come there? But no, this I think is great insight, because what you're really saying is people love the brand, they love the experiences that you offer, and they're willing to pay for it. That's sweet.
So that
Totally sweet.
say the earlier thing of money can't buy.
Yeah.
It's still true.
Yeah,
People
sure.
want, and in our segment especially, people really want money can't buy.
Yeah.
Sort of a thing, but other experiences have also taken precedence.
Yeah.
And this can be very simply correlated to everything that has happened after COVID.
Yeah.
People are right now,
Yeah.
it's that YOLO time.
It is the YOLO time. It is
And
the
everybody
YOLO time.
wants to live for experiences, and that's what we see.
No, great. I think just building on that part around advertising, very important. But at the same time, how are you looking at traditional media and digital media? And in that, as we are representing this programmatic forum today, what are your take on how programmatic advertising can really help Mercedes scale up over the next few years?
Yeah. Say, auto as a category, we need large canvases. Okay? And if we need large canvases, in some form, traditional media still plays a very, very important role for us. Still, a Times of India front page is a Times of India front page, and that's something that we need. Or a big wall wrap in Delhi in Green Park would still be something that we would want, because I want to show the car in all its glory, in all its might, etc., etc. So it's still very, very important for us. Still plays. We were doing a campaign called Dream Days right now. It's festive season for us.
Right.
And for example, last week we released a full page in Times of India, page 1, page 2.
Yeah.
And the page 1 only had the steering wheel of the car.
Yeah.
And the best part is that if you have the right canvas, if you have the right story on that canvas, then omni-channel becomes automatic.
Sure.
Because then people take the traditional to digital and then put everything out on digital as well.
Right.
So for us, again, traditional is important. Coming to your core question of programmatic, there what we see is a clear shift. Okay? And the clear shift is, say, again, if I go back 5-6 years, not much, but 5-6 years, if I had to do my digital media planning, I would say, okay, let's take InShots, for example, let's take Times of India, web, app, everything, and let's do something else as well. That was my typical media buying 4-5 years back, more or less. Today, it's completely turned as an head-on. And today, the media buying is no longer platform first. It is maybe DSP first.
Sure.
It is audience first. It is who can give me that audience in the right way. And then where can the audience be targeted, or where can the ad be served.
Totally.
So it has turned completely, which means from a planning perspective, thinking perspective, I have to think differently. My planners have to think a little differently and then come up with solutions. I think programmatic is clearly playing a key role in all of that, because everything is served in that mechanism. In simple words, it's a very simple thing. हमको कोई भी चीज़, we have to program something, ठीक है? And program and serve to someone. It's a very simple sort of a thing. How can we do it in an effective way is important. For us in luxury auto, from what I started, the canvas is still important. So what we need is really good canvases. CTV, for example, is that canvas, because again, I can't be mobile first. And I'm telling it upfront. Maybe the audiences feel a little weird. Why is he saying I can't be mobile first? But if I have to show my cars in all its glory and in the best possible way, then I need something which is larger than life. CTVs are doing that, and now programmatic on CTV is doing even better. And that's what helping us.
No, I think we've got some great solutions, honestly, as Trade Desk, and shameless plug in there. Whether it's audience first, layered with data, I think the bigger part is, while I targeted these audiences, what did they do after that, right? How did they engage with the brand? And especially in luxury auto, those cycles could be long. coming from my own experience, it could last a year, it could be a year and a half, or friends' experience could go on for many years as well, right? Decision making is hard, but you need to be top of mind. You need to engage across the whole funnel and understand them just better in their user experiences and where they are also. But we should chat about the mobile first. Might have a different view, but no, I think screens and the canvas is absolutely right. And the other one that we are seeing, at least from our lens, is outdoors. They are also getting digitized in a large way. If you just get stuck on Western Expressway, which is a normal thing to happen to anyone in Mumbai, I think that landscape and canvas is also increasingly becoming more intelligent, and we'd love to see how we can partner there.
Coming into Taj, and I was on the airport connecting road, and I saw a big digital out of home saying 8,91,758 SUVs pass from here every day. Okay. Now, if it goes to that amount of measurability, that is what, as marketers, we want. If you ask me, because just those I don't say prehistoric, but the earlier matrices of CPMs and whatever, all of them is irrelevant if I'm not getting the right audience. And especially for a brand like ours, where the audience size is not in millions. It's not in millions. I sell 20,000 cars is what I started with. To sell 20,000 cars, I need to reach 200,000 people at a 10% conversion rate.
But getting those 200,000 more effectively and not targeting 5 million and getting them versus maybe 2 million and getting them, and then hitting a good ratio, I think that's the work.
But at Trade Desk, I think you're doing some great
we're working work. Absolutely. So we're working globally with a lot of auto majors. We've got great products on the upper and middle funnel. So building consideration is so important because, like I said, the sales cycles are large. But just finding the right audiences, I think we play a very sharp role there across the open internet. And open internet here really defines music, movies, CTV is a big part of that, journalism, gaming, and just outdoors as well. Audio is another platform where a lot of your users, just by default of course, if you have a car, you're listening to some form of audio in some shape or form. And actually, we also have insights where today, if you're listening to Spotify in a car, that data is also available programmatically, right? So now, which car? Maybe not yet, but who knows? And also, again, there are a lot of this is done on very privacy-safe place. So it's not like we're going down to finding your car number or your mobile number. But yes, cohorts, very deep understanding of the users and their context is something that our product does fairly well. And again, Mercedes is a big global client for us, so we're very proud of that partnership. Okay, I'm going to switch a little here to the buzzword around AI, right? Data-driven AI, marketing, of course, there's a lot happening. In our own product, we've got Kokai, which is our platform, which now has a bunch of features that are AI first, whether it's in planning, campaign management, measurement, and in fact, our founder was here 2 weeks back, and a lot of new announcements that are going to hit us end of the year will only make the platform AI first and basically allow for just finding those audiences that are so dear to you much faster. But how is that changing? And let's maybe talk, you not just do marketing, you also do customer experience, right? A big part of your role is also experience. How is AI changing experiences?
To start with, I would say one suggestion I have for everyone. I don't know, any of you know the Asymmetric podcast? Anyone in the audience knows about this podcast? The Asymmetric podcast. Anyone heard Bombay Shaving Company? Yes, you've heard? Very good. You've heard Bombay Shaving Company. So the founder of Bombay Shaving Company is Shantanu Deshpande, and he runs a podcast called the Asymmetric Podcast. You should go and watch one of the episodes. I think it's the 35th or the 36th episode of the Asymmetric Podcast. And he invited in the podcast a gentleman called Aditya Sehgal, ex-HUL. And for me, that podcast on AI was mind-changing. And that's why I say it's a must for all of you to go and watch it. Please watch it. From two perspectives. One simple perspective is, everything that comes new, we start treating it, like this will create some cause of problem. Okay? Some sort of this will be a thing. So just AI, when AI came, all of us started thinking if AI comes, creative work will will not start thinking creatively. Somebody else or AI will think creatively for us, or we'll get threatened, or our jobs will get threatened because of AI. But that guy, Aditya Sehgal, gives one very simple sort of anecdote there in that podcast. He says, I'd say 20 years back, when calculators, or 25 years back when calculators came, the parents were very skeptical about it. That if this happens, my kids will stop doing mental math. Okay, and they will stop calculating what is 10 into 15 and all the tables that we had learnt in our school. They will not learn all those tables, and it will become a difficult thing. But he says, at that point of time, that was our skepticism. But what we have done is we have adapted calculators, and they have become computers at this point of time. And what it does is start complementing us and takes us a level up. Yeah? So calculators did that 20, 25, 30 years back. And AI will do that now in today's world, where it's not a threat to our creativity or to our existing job ecosystem and things like that. It's rather going to complement it and uplift it. Yeah? And then I come to the second thing that I wanted to say is that right now, if you ask me, I'm surrounded with so much data on an everyday basis. You take the whole funnel, and from the top of the funnel where we start doing our advertising, the agency, my colleagues from there come to me with a lot of data and a lot of number that, okay, we served ad on Meta, and this is the number of impressions, this is the number of clicks, this is the number of this, everything. Then I come to my funnel or my sales funnel, and from Meta I got whatever 100 leads, and then those leads go into different stages of the funnel, and I have data then segmented to across India to different dealers, different locations, etc. Sure. So we are all surrounded by so much data. Yeah? And today what we're doing is we're trying to make sense of the data and get valuable insight. In today's world, simple Microsoft Teams Copilot. And
I love it.
Microsoft Copilot.
I've just started using it.
Absolutely amazing. It takes Power BI, it takes your mails, it takes your messages, it takes everything. You put in a prompt saying, I want to know what my dealer in this city was doing yesterday in terms of inquiry number, sale number, etc. And it will give you a tangible insight out of it. And what it does is it takes me a step up.
Absolutely.
In terms of guiding them. So that was fundamental to AI, where it is going to be instrumental in doing things. At Mercedes-Benz, for us, I think the journey for me started a little late, but for my peers in research and development and other areas, it started long back. And there, I think we're doing instrumental work in AI. In India, and that is what I was telling, I don't know, Dhruv, I was telling you or not, but we have a R&D setup in India, a Mercedes-Benz research and development setup in India. We have, I think, approximately 10,000 engineers, Mercedes-Benz engineers working in India, and all of them using tech plus AI at this point of time effectively to make the consumer experience better. In multiple ways, and they do different things. Again, if I have to share one example, and if I'm not boring people up, just one example there is that now everybody would have seen dash cams in the car, but now today's cars are also coming with a small camera on the hood of the car.
On the hood, yes.
On the hood of the car.
Yes.
And so, for example, the E-Class that we sell, there's a camera on the hood of the car. Of course, you can take nice selfies and make reels out of it, but you can also do Teams call from that camera, etc. But the AI layer, when added to that camera, is instrumental for safety.
Of course.
Because it can detect if you are wearing simple things. Are you wearing a seat belt or not? If you are wearing a seat belt, then your driving position is okay or not. All of that, and give signals back to the car and play a tremendous role in safety. So those are the kind of things that we are doing for consumers at this point of time to increase that experience inside the car as well. Because of course I started by saying that consumer insight has changed and experiences are important. But at heart, Mercedes-Benz is a 100% product engineering company, and because it's a product engineering company, all these engineers sitting in India and Germany and across the world are using now AI to make the experience better.
No, that's absolutely fantastic, and I think I've also, I think, whether you look at navigation, whether you look at insurance linked to navigation and the way you drive is also a disruptor. I don't know, I think the country still doesn't do it, but I'd love to bring my insurance down if Just driving data is available, right, as an option. Okay, we're almost out of time, but I'm not going to let you go before we do a quick rapid fire. So is everyone excited about a rapid fire? Yeah, it's always the best thing to do, right? Get something personal, get something a little more fun. So quickly, what is your top of mind buzzword in the world of advertising today?
Creator economy.
Creator economy, perfect. Second question, how far have you driven your Mercedes and which Mercedes do you own?
Okay, right now I'm driving the C-Class, but I did something to make my wife happy. So
What's
my
the good thing?
in-laws stay in a place called Vijayanagaram, which is in Andhra.
Oh, wow.
From Pune, would be what, 1500 kilometers?
Wow.
So Pune, Hyderabad, Vijayawada, Vijayanagaram in a C-Class was absolute breeze.
Was absolutely awesome. Yeah, no, I've done like Bangalore to Pune once, but way back and did not have a mug then. Okay, moving on. Which brand in the country do you think does the best omni-channel advertising today? Or which brand do you remember?
Okay. In general, I'm a big fan of Amul.
Amul, yeah, fair.
What they do. And I don't know if they do it omni-channel or not, but the recall is so strong that you think they're omni-channel.
Yeah, they get the creative right. And by the way, that Times of India slot that they have is, I think, been there with them for 20 plus years. Okay, this is the trick question, right? What is your favorite car model outside of Mercedes? And if you didn't own a Merc, what would you own?
Okay, so my inspiration to join Mercedes was largely because when I was in school, maybe I saw that Toyota Sonata. I don't know if you guys have seen that with those Mickey Mouse headlamps, and that was actually a copy of a Mercedes C-Class.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So it was my absolute favorite. I loved that Sonata, and it was for me in some form of time. When I saw the Mercedes next to it, I was like, if this is the brand, I have to go here.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's my absolute favorite. If I have to.
In today's day and age.
In today's day and age, very, very, very difficult question.
No.
But
you've been there in Musk for very long. They won't like. Job is safe.
It's also a nice say. But I think all the peer German brands that we have make equally good cars. Equally good cars. If I have to put my hand on and drive something, a Porsche Taycan would be
Porsche.
something.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you for sharing. I know it's a tough one. Just the final one, and again in the world of programmatic data, audiences, all that we have one, and that not necessarily to this, but one metric that you really obsess over.
One metric is, for me, I say at heart I'm a business guy. Yeah. So for me, in the end, if anything can translate to business, that's what I really like. I'm also responsible for customer experience in India for Mercedes-Benz. Okay, it would be very cliche if I say this, but again, when we see that smile on a consumer face, when we see them getting their dreams fulfilled when they buy a Mercedes-Benz, that for me is the ultimate.
Yeah, no, I must say, while I made a different choice last year to buy a car, but my experience in store was the best when I walked into your showroom. So thank you so much. Keep up the great work, and it's been great chatting with you. Thank you so much, Amrit.